We had a group of people come and start to heckle us.
Why even provoke on our campus?
New tonight, chaos here at the Tennessee State University campus after a debate group visits the campus wearing Maga hats and carrying signs against DEI and illegal immigration.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us from TSU tonight after speaking with both students and that debate group.
Most students I spoke with are calling the conservative group who showed up here at TSU hateful. That group tells me they were just trying to have civil discourse with the students and are accusing those who push back of inciting violence. Video shows spirited Tennessee State University students gathered around the Fearless Debates group. David Cate is a co-founder.
We went from a peaceful conversation with students to quite literally a mob inciting violence against us.
He tells me they are trying to encourage debate on the heels of Charlie Kirk's murder. The signs the group brought read, "DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals now. Let's talk." TSU senior Layla Johnson was there when it all went down on Tuesday. What did you think about the group coming onto this campus with those signs?
I just feel like it was unnecessary. Like, why would you come to a HBCU with all that commotion knowing that we're going to say something about it? Like, they're just like insane.
Why did your group pick a historically black college to have this conversation?
Is there a reason why we shouldn't go to historically black colleges to have these conversations? We're not limiting who we want to go speak to based off their race, based off their gender.
The university is calling the group's actions hostile and saying TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner.
Take a look at our last six stops, our first six.
So because of this small clip that we're seeing here, it's only like over 2 minutes long, but if you go on social media, you can actually see a lot more footage of exactly what happened here at TSU. And I typically don't speak about these things in America. I like to stick on Canada, but this was a big story. And so I wanted to give my perspective on this just a little bit. Now, these guys were coming on campus to debate, which I understand. You know, you want to, all this stuff going on with Charlie Kirk and now the aftermath. And so these guys are kind of, you know, like some bootleg Charlie Kirks trying to come on campus. One of the things I would have done differently if I was these two guys before they came on campus is I would have let the school know first. And then when you let the school know first and you know that students will be aware that you're coming onto the campus, at least they would be ready to have some type of debate with you. That's what I would have done first, because a lot of these kids, you have to remember, they're just kids. Right? Like these kids are probably 18, 19, probably some 20 years old. They're not going to think like how I think as a grown man at 38 years old. Because I mean, to me, if I had seen these guys and they wanted to debate, I would have gladly debated these guys. But when you see how some of them were acting towards them, one thing that I want to see us do better as people is to be able to control your emotion a bit better. Control your emotion a bit better. I'm going to finish the video and then I'll talk a little bit some more.
Stops. We have not had an issue like this whatsoever.
Layla believes they were not there for debate, but to provoke students.
I don't agree with it. Like, it's just nonsense.
All we did was set up a table.
The university says a group was escorted.
Like, to me, when you see all this yelling and following them, and then there's a point where they're in the car and they're throwing drinks and they're giving the finger and they're following that's just giving way too much energy to these guys over setting up a damn table, trying to debate with a couple cameras. I, for one, am not giving all that energy to these guys. That's just a waste of time. If I didn't want to have that debate with you, I probably would have just looked at you and just kept it pushing and kept it moving. This is a bit much, in my opinion. This is a bit much, especially for some guys who you don't even know. They're not famous. They damn sure ain't no Charlie Kirk. So you want to give this much energy to these guys that you don't know, and now you've made them famous over it. And I did see one guy who was debating, maybe two people, but I did see a video yesterday of a guy who was actually having a good discussion with them. I don't know how that ended up turning out. I think it turned out all right because I didn't hear that it went south or anything like that. But I would have brought forth my ideas and I would have debated them, to be completely honest. That's my thing, and I love doing that. But I could see how some of these kids might be agitated, but to go as far as these kids went, chasing down the car, throwing drinks, F fingers, you're stealing signs and all this nonsense. I ain't using that much energy on this.
From campus. Kate denies that. He instead says they were taken away for safety. TSU adds they were not authorized on campus.
Are you guys going to continue to just show up to public universities if they don't answer?
Absolutely. It's our free speech. It's our these campuses have a free speech area. They're public universities.
The university declined to comment further, but the NAACP came out in support of the students. Reporting in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
I still think is a bit much on how these students were acting. But one thing that I know is you can't tell people how to feel. You can't tell people how to feel. And as I mentioned, I'm a Canadian. Okay. I'm an outsider looking in. And so take it with a grain of salt from whatever I have to say. I can see a little bit of both perspectives on, how it could be annoying to some of these students. But at the same time, I would say you got to have some type of self-control, because you're just seeing a clip. If you go on social media and see some of the things that I saw with the way that they're acting over trying to debate, like I mentioned, I think that was a bit much for what these guys came in and tried to do. Personally, I think you got to be better controlling yourself. You don't want to debate, don't debate. And yes, you ran them out of the school. Okay, sure. But doing too much here, doing too much over these guys who were pretty much unknown. And so I don't know. You let me know. Get in the comments. You let me know what you think. Did they act in a professional manner as the school stated? Do you think these students were doing a bit too much? Was it wrong for them to just come onto the campus without putting a notice and awareness out there first so that the students knew they were coming? What are your thoughts on this? Let me know here, folks.